Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm breaking down the new National Survey and Political Environment poll by McLaughlin Online, and McLaughlin Associates did this poll. This poll is a lot of current event issues right now going on, so the poll goes over that. It also does a brief look at 2028 and the respective Democratic and Republican primaries. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to split up this video into three parts. One part going over all of the poll, one part going over just the 2028 Democratic primary, and one poll going over just the Republican primary. So if this video does not include the Republican and Democratic primaries, those ones will be coming out in future days. So let's get started. Over 1,000 general election voters were done in this poll conducted between February 11th and February 18th. As the United States itself, is the country on the right track or the wrong track? 41% believe the United States is heading in the right direction, while 50% believe it is on the wrong track. That is a net of -9, and that is actually the highest it's been since right around this number right here. This would have been about, looking at the chart, around 2020, right when about Joe Biden took office. It spiked after the election and then went down pretty much ever since. This is the highest it's been since about 2020. Right direction 41, wrong track 50, did not know or refused to answer at 9%. Generic ballot for U.S. Congress. Right now, the Republicans and Democrats in the generic ballot currently has the Republicans at 48%, Democrats at 41%, undecided at 12%. It also breaks the generic ballot down into a little bit more details, with the Republican overall at 48, Democrats overall at 41, definitely Republican 31, definitely Democrat 27, probably Republican 10, probably Democrat 8, lean Republican 7, and lean Democrat 6. Pretty similar numbers here when it comes, and then it comes down to undecided, which has 12% undecided. It also breaks down the country by region for how these areas are voting. For instance, the eastern part of the country, Democrats lead by 4. Midwest Republicans lead by, about 12. South Republicans are up by 10. West Republicans are up by 6. A lot of undecided vote in the West one as well, though. Job rating for President Donald Trump. How's he doing at this time? 51% of respondents in this poll approve of the job Donald Trump is doing as president. 46% disapprove of the job Donald Trump is doing as president. Looking at the job rating, breaking things down a little bit more in depth, 51% approve, 46% disapprove, including 32% who strongly approve the job Trump is doing, 37% strongly disapprove. So of the strongly approve, disapprove, actually strongly disapprove is up 5 over that. Somewhat approve, though, for Trump is at 18, somewhat disapprove is at 9. So a lot more solid support on the disapprove side, but with the somewhat vote added, Trump does have more somewhat support than not. Breaking it down by region of the country, East, Trump is positive +2, Midwest +9, South +5, and tied on the Western side. Which of the following statements regarding President Trump and his policies come closest to your opinion? 1, I approve of President Trump and his policies. 2, I disapprove of President Trump personally, but I like a lot of his policies. 3, I disapprove of President Trump and his policies. Approve, 54. Approve of Trump and his policies at 41. Disapprove of Trump but like his policies at 13. Disapprove of Trump and his policies at 42. Unsure or do not know is at 4. So overall, if you approve of Trump's policies, is at 54%, but still 13% like Trump's policies but do not like Trump's persona or personality or such. Opinion of Joe Biden, obviously now the former president. He currently has a 39% favorability rating to 56% unfavorable. Obviously, he left office around January 20th, so it's been about a month and a half now when this video will come out. So about a month and a half, about a little over a month at the time of recording this video. So that's going to be very interesting to look at as well. 39% favorable for Biden, 56 unfavorable, including 16% very favorable, 24% somewhat, 41%, a whopping 41% very unfavorable of Biden. 4% no opinion there. Opinion of Kamala Harris, the former Vice President of the United States and 2024 Democratic nominee for president, and maybe the 2028 Democratic nominee for president as well. She currently has a favorability rating of 46%, unfavorable rating of 51%. This is in stark contrast where around November of the 2024, around the election, she was a little bit more approved of than unfavorable. It actually has the numbers here. Let's see. If we look at November, Harris had 50% favorable to 49% unfavorable. She was +1 at the time. Now she's currently -5 after the election. It is worth noting in December she was -7. Then she went up to -4. She's down to -5. But it's very interesting where Harris's numbers stay as well. Harris has 24% very favorable, 21% somewhat, and again, matching the Biden numbers, 41% view Harris as very unfavorable. So, of the very vote, a lot more decided on not liking Harris on that side. On Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic, I believe, minority leader in the House. He's not the Speaker of the House, he's the minority leader of the House. Maybe after 2026, he may be the Speaker of the House. 22% have a favorable view of him, 29% have an unfavorable view, with a whopping 27% having no opinion and 22% never heard of him. So certainly has not as much name recognition as Trump or Harris or Biden, which really is expected at this time. Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader for the Democrats in Congress, he has a 25% favorability rating, 43% unfavorability rating, 22% have never heard of him, 10% or 22% no opinion, 10% never heard of. So a lot more staunchly against him. Republicans 30% very against Chuck Schumer. All things being equal, do you prefer free market capitalism or big government socialism? Capitalism had 63%, socialism had 12%, did not know or refused to answer had 24%. Most important issue, 43% said an economic issue, 29% said a social issue, 16% said a security issue. It goes into more specifics as well. Reduce inflation is currently leading at 24%. The economy for the, this is of the economic ones, by the way. The economy 9, government spending 5, jobs and employment 3, taxes 2, gas, energy less than 1%. On the social issue, which 29% said it was their top concern, Social Security and Medicare led that number at 12, then climate change environment 4, healthcare 6, abortion 3, race relations 1, and improving education 3. For security, 16% of respondents said that. The border and immigration is 9% leading that one. National security and terrorism is a 4. Crime, law, and order is 2. Russia, Ukraine, and China under 1. Hamas-Israel war at 1. For honesty and integrity in D.C., that got 4%. Election integrity, COVID, indictments of Trump got under 1. Protecting democracy got 7. Do not know or refused was 2. Opinion on the U.S. economy. Is the United States economy, in your view, in a recession? 48% said they do not view the economy as in a recession, whereas 43% do believe the United States is in a recession. So only 5% separating between not a recession or recession, even though it is good for the not a recession side that it's leading. Only in 5 points could be viewed as a lot of Americans could be feeling hurt by the current economy right now, and those numbers could change very quickly. U.S. economy continued. Do you view the U.S. economy as getting better or getting worse? 39% view the economy as getting better, 51% as getting worse. Again, that continues into the numbers being closed on is the market in a recession or not. These numbers show the economy getting better as underwater compared to getting worse is certainly not a good sign. Opinion of the U.S. economy for the time series, not a recession, 48%. 22% believe the economy is getting better, 26% getting worse. So of the people who do believe we're not in a recession, 4% more of them do believe the economy is getting worse. For the 43% who do believe we're already in a recession, 17% say it's getting better, 25% say it's getting worse, 10% refused or don't know. Getting better getting better net difference, 39%, 51% getting worse. Which of the following best describes how inflation and higher costs have impacted your personal and household financial situation? Time series, 85% say they have impacted. Struggling is about 47%. Impact / not struggling is 38%. Not cutting back at all is 15%. So 85% say The inflation and higher costs have certainly impacted them. Struggling is a little less than half at 47%. Impact, but not struggling, is about 10 points below that at 38. Which of the following best describes how inflation and higher costs have impacted your personal and household financial situation? It's kind of the same chart, just laid out in a bar graph style instead of a line. Instead of like a line or arrows, it's pointed out as a bar graph. 85, 47, 38, 15, do not know or refuse, 0. Would you say you most favor a smaller government with fewer services or a larger government with many services? Smaller government with fewer services leads at 49%, larger government with many services at 33%. This again goes into the overall question of free market capitalism or socialism. Big government side's more on the socialism side, smaller government with fewer services is more on the capitalist side. Would you say you're more in favor of smaller government with fewer services? Again, shown as a bar graph. 49% smaller government, 33% larger government, 19% do not know or refused to answer. Which of the following is the most important for President Trump to accomplish? 1. Cutting taxes for middle and working class Americans to grow the economy and give people relief from high prices. 2. Securing the border and fixing our broken immigration system. 3. Strengthening national defense to prevent war. 4. Increasing oil and gas production. The most important issue, according to this part of the poll, by a majority, 57%, is cutting taxes for middle and working class Americans at 57%. Number 2, securing the border at 24%, about 30 points or so behind cutting taxes. 3, national defense. And then we have do not know, technically in 4th at 7%, oil gas production at 5%. So cutting taxes for working Americans by far is the most important issue, according to this question of the poll. From the following list, what social networks do you use? Facebook, about 73% say they use Facebook. 68% say YouTube. Instagram, 45%. TikTok, 30%. Pinterest, 29%. X, formerly Twitter, 24%. LinkedIn, 24%. Snapchat, 21%. Reddit, 17%. WhatsApp, 17%. Threads, 7%. Telegram, 6%. Truth Social, 4%. Tumblr, 4%. Rumble, 3%. Parler, 1%. Cloud Hub, Gab, Getter, all 1%. Other 1%, none, 5%. Specifically, which of the following comes closest to your political opinion about abortion laws? Pro-life overall is about 51%, and pro-choice is about 45%. At what point during the pregnancy should abortion be illegal and banned? First trimester says about 55%. After second trimester, about 24%. It goes on to more information about the voter profiles. Always vote 64%, almost always 23%, most of the vote, or most of the time 14%. Direction of the country, 4150. Party registration, 37% Republican, 33% Democrat, and 30% independent other. Makes sense. A lot of the findings in this poll did show a little bit of a Republican skew to it, so that explains that. There are more registered Republicans in this poll than Democrats by about 4 points. Ideology, 24% say liberal, 10% very, moderate 40%, conservative 37%, 18% very. Vote behavior, Democrat 40%, ticket splitter 17%, Republicans 43%. So Republicans have a +3 vote behavior difference in the poll. Education, less than college 60%, college graduate 40%. Gender of the poll, male 48%, female 52%. Age breakdown, 18 to 29, about 13%. And 30 to 40, 16%, 41, 55, 25%, 56, 65, 20%, 65 plus, 26%. Mean age of this poll is 51.1. Race, white, 72%, African American, black, 11%, Hispanic, 11%, Asian, 4%, other 2%. Latino household, 11% say yes, 89% say no. Religion, Protestant, 37%, Catholic, 22%. Atheist, agnostic, 11%, Jewish, 3%, Mormon, 1%, Buddhist, 2%, Muslim, 1%. Born again, evangelical, 43% yes, 57% no. Region, New England, 5%, Mid-Atlantic, 12%, East North Central, 15%, West North Central, 7%, South Atlantic, 22%, East South Central, 6%, West South Central, 10%, Mountain, 8%, Pacific, 15%. Grouped regions of the poll, 17% East, 22% Midwest, South, 38%, West, 23%. Area, urban 27, suburban 49, rural 24. 2024 presidential states, 60% of the polls from Trump states, 40% were from Harris states. 2020 presidential states, 41%, where Trump states, Biden states, 59%. Marital status, 36% single, never married, 30%, live with significant other, 16%, 43% say they're married, separated, 2%, divorced, 13%, widowed, 6%. LGBTQ+, yes, 9%, no, 90%. Abortion, 51% pro-life, 45% pro-choice. Immigrant household, 26% say yes, 70% say no. Under $5,000 in a 401k investment, 46% say yes, 50% say no. Wealth status, 3% wealthy, 82% middle class, 10% upper middle, 44% middle, 29% lower middle, 15% poor. This poll was conducted by McLaughlin Associates, and it gives their information about them here. So that was a lot to break down in the poll. Certainly a lot of intriguing numbers here. I hope you enjoyed this video breaking down this poll. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, leave a comment below, and remember to hit subscribe, as I post a new video every single day, so you're not going to want to miss those. That'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button. And make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned, because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day. So I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.